I would like to thank my beloved subscribers.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of something or other. I kind of forgot what this was. Oh, right, you're right. Another episode of Mr. Nightmare. And today, we're going to be watching End of the School Year Horror Stories. I felt like this was fitting because this is going to be my last year as a high schooler. So, that means that this is the perfect opportunity to watch this video and actually feel how they feel, maybe. But, yeah. I really hope I don't have any horror stories on my graduation night. Only 2 more days before that, so, I don't think a lot of horror could happen that fast. But, let's get right into it right now.
Whoa.
Apart from the ad, which is not scary at all.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Ooh, look at those yachters. We don't have those. Okay. By Henry.
When I was in high school, I was what you would call a nerd.
Yeah!
Back then, it was not a term of endearment like it can be today.
Ah.
I hear people all the time now wear that word like a badge of honor. For my friends and me, it was like getting hit in the stomach repeatedly.
Aw.
High school was just different then.
Yeah.
You'd get beaten up for not liking the same music or not being into sports. It seems cliche, but it's the truth.
No, I
Junior
believe
year
that.
was the worst year for all the bullying. This kid, Steve, tormented us all year. Towards the end of the school year, Steve thought it would be a good idea to break into the school to play one of his stupid pranks. Just because he wanted to prove how cool he was.
Okay.
Well, Steve was so cool that he ended up getting caught.
Ha!
Before I continue, I should lay a little bit of groundwork first.
Okay.
My school is now closed, but back then it was one of the more popular private schools in this area.
I can't imagine that happening to my school at the end of the year.
You had to wear uniforms and go to regular church services.
Oh, I don't have to wear uniforms.
The school was very old, and before being converted into a school, it was some sort of hospital for the sick.
Oh my
I
god.
remember hearing that when they built the school in the 50s and tore up some of the grounds, they found a ton of skeletal remains from people who had passed away from tuberculosis, among other things. Because people didn't
Your
get sick,
school has a
they would
dark
just dispose of the
history.
bodies in this underground tunnel that used to connect the hospital with another building. These stories,
Why
whether
wouldn't
they
you
were true
bury
or not,
them?
became the stuff of legend around my hometown, especially for students of the school.
No, I
In
bet.
other
Those
words,
kids are probably
they were
like
almost passed down like
horrified.
urban legends.
Maybe.
The school being so old and
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine you hear that your school used to be a hospital where people like died in. Like, that would have to be its own like legend. Like, I can imagine that being like something you just tell everybody. Everybody knows it.
looking old, I might add, was just an objectively scary place sometimes. Rumors started to swirl around that the school was haunted, like souls not resting properly and all that fun stuff.
Okay.
You would
I don't really
constantly
believe
hear
in all
strange
that.
noises all the time with no explanation. And it was just your typical school spirit response to say, yup, those noises must just be the ghosts.
Ha!
However, the more logical answer is that the school just made a lot of noise because the building was old and falling apart.
Duh.
Sorry for that detour. Back to Steve.
It's fine.
The reason why Steve wanted to break in was that he wanted to pull this elaborate prank. He successfully broke in, started ripping classrooms apart, throwing papers everywhere.
Why?
And even went to the library and pulled tons of books off the shelves. You're probably wondering how Steve got caught. Well,
How?
to cap off his ghostly prank, he went to the art room, stole red paint, and started writing a message across the
Did he write
lockers.
his name?
Your typical horror movie tropes.
Oh, okay.
He wrote things like, "Get out, your soul is next."
Ha!
My personal favorite, "Death is coming."
Shit.
While he was writing on these lockers, Steve claimed that he heard something coming from the basement.
Oh.
According to Steve, he went to the basement door, and before going downstairs, he saw shadows moving and heard voices talking from the darkness below. He said it sounded evil, and not just
Okay,
like
Bob.
normal whispers. It scared him so badly that he ran.
Huh.
It didn't take long for them to match his handwriting with that of the red paint on the lockers.
Really? They were able to do that? Wait. Wait. Oh, wait. Was it spray paint or was it just red paint?
Off his ghostly prank, he went to the art room, stole red paint,
Oh,
and started
okay.
writing a message across the lockers. Your typical horror movie tropes. He wrote things like, "Get out. Your soul is..."
Yeah, I was like, spray paint. You can't match spray paint to your handwriting. Yeah, you can't. But, okay, no. It wasn't spray paint. It was normal paint, which means he held it with, like... He wrote in the same way he would normally. Bad choice, buddy. Like, I would have just written in the most generic style possible.
match his handwriting with that of the red paint on the lockers.
Yeah.
My school had enough of Steve's nonsense, and they
Kick him
expelled
out.
him that week following the investigation.
Shit.
I'll never forget Steve screaming as he was leaving the office. Screaming about something evil in the basement. His words, not mine.
That's weird.
I was confident
No,
that
yeah,
Steve
yeah,
was
yeah,
making it up,
words.
doing anything he could to save himself. Everyone was so sad about Steve, except for my few friends and myself.
Yeah, he was
who
a
hated
jerk.
the kid. In our opinion, he got what he deserved.
Yeah!
For the last few weeks of school, we had to listen to everyone talk about how brave he was and how he could have died.
What the?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. These fools...
What do you mean? He blowed in. What bravery was there? He didn't have to come here. Bravery is fighting an uphill battle. Bravery is doing something because it has to be done. There was no bravery in what he did. He went to a place, and then he said that he heard noises. Say, what? No, you can't make this shit up.
really thought that Steve was in danger from evil spirits. As school was
Dumbasses.
wrapping up for the year, I suggested something crazy to my
Was
friends.
he on the football
On the last
team?
day of school, we should break into the school and do what Steve couldn't. We
What?
could prove that there are no evil spirits, no ghosts, and most importantly, that Steve was a lying punk.
A young
My friends
dick.
agreed. The plan was just to break in quietly, make our way to the basement, prove that it's just a basement, and then leave.
Well, that doesn't prove
heard
anything.
anything, we
They
run.
could just make
Don't
something
get
up
caught as
about the
Steve
ghost
We
disappearing.
thought that if we ran and didn't get caught, nobody would accept us because we were the nerds, the teacher's pets, the fools that actually liked to learn.
Ha.
We weren't the type of kids to do something like this, especially after someone
You need
got caught.
proof?
I remember the night vividly. It was cold for an early summer.
Oh, Andy,
Oh,
it
man.
feels good to cruise down Sunset Boulevard. Gary.
What the flip?
Jackets on. We really
Okay.
embraced the whole criminal breaking in identity.
Yeah!
We had our hoods
Identity!
up and tried our best to be sneaky.
Did you
Breaking
wear a
in
mask?
wasn't exactly hard for us. Not because we're these master criminals.
No.
But because my friend Carson's mom was a janitor for the school and
Ha!
had access to a key. Half the
Damn.
reason we decided to do this.
Okay.
Carson swiped the key and we just walked through the back door of the school. I will admit, it was objectively unsettling in there. Anyone who's
Okay.
been in their school after dark knows the feeling.
I
don't know
do
if we're
not.
hardwired that way, but there's just something about being in the school after dark that's unnerving.
You're not
For
supposed
us,
to be
It
there.
was just the years of hearing about all the ghosts. I sort of figured I was subconsciously fearing evil ghosts.
Oh, come on.
Urban legends are a
The whole
powerful
reason you're
thing.
here is to debunk
We
it.
eventually got to the basement, and I have to admit, I was feeling something.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know about my friends, but I was actually kind of scared. I didn't
Are you
tell them
like
that because
Steve?
I didn't want them to make fun of me.
Are you
My logic
Steve
in that
too?
moment was that I was here and I'm going through with this. We opened the door and didn't see anything. It was a dark staircase that led to an even darker basement. Carson led the way and we followed. Cell phones weren't exactly popular yet. And we most definitely didn't have flashlights yet, so
Yeah.
we were using straight up dollar store flashlights as we made our way
Okay,
downstairs.
that's cool.
The basement was creepy, obviously. It was an old building with a dusty basement. There were
Oh.
boxes of storage everywhere. We looked through a few as we walked through the basement.
What was in
There was
there?
old textbooks, Christmas decorations, and extra school uniforms.
Nice, nice.
Probably the
I would
creepiest
take
thing
one.
about the basement for me was all the old religious statues.
Oh.
I'm weird, but for some reason, old religious statues scare me.
I mean,
They're just unsettling to
Yeah,
me.
they're
Like
creepy.
old churches freak me out.
Heh.
We continued exploring the basement for a few more minutes.
I wonder what
We
is the
didn't find any
psychology
people, but we
behind
did find out
that.
how massively huge the basement was.
How big?
It felt like it extended forever. The
Really?
flashlights weren't even powerful enough to see the end of the basement from where we were standing.
Damn.
I know they were cheap flashlights, but
Yeah.
still. Eventually, we made our way to one of the corners of the basement.
Oh, there they
It
are.
felt colder for some reason. We moved
Like
some of the
it's a cold
boxes
spot.
and couldn't believe our eyes.
What?
There was a small hole in the wall. I would say probably the size of a large beach ball. It was small, but large enough to crawl through.
Yeah.
Carson wanted to check it out, but we
No.
were against it.
Wait, no,
Instead,
you're here to
we
do
shone
a
the
job.
flashlight through the hole. It was just dark. It looked like a tunnel.
Go
We all
in.
had the same idea.
Get out?
This was probably the remains of the tunnel where they had stored all the bodies back in the day.
Yeah.
Carson convinced us that we had to at least crawl in a little bit and see.
Yeah.
If we really wanted to prove there were no ghosts, we needed to check that spot.
You have
We
to.
played rock, paper, scissors to see who would go first.
You.
And I lost.
Damn.
I started my crawl through the dark tunnel, and I heard something.
What
I
was it?
stopped because I thought I had to be hearing things. I could
No?
hear my friends laughing because I had stopped already. I told them to shut up because I heard something, and I was trying to listen as hard as I could.
What did they
I could
say?
clearly hear something, but I couldn't tell what it was. The only way I can describe it is that it sounded like whooshing. Not like wind,
Wind.
but something else.
Oh, okay. Not
I
wind.
shouted down the tunnel.
Yeah, a
and the whooshing
person?
sound slowly sounded like it turned into a whisper. I kept asking if anyone was there, and the
Why?
whispering continued and grew louder, and it was just quiet. I could hear my friends asking me what the holdup was, but I couldn't answer.
I hear
I just sat
voices.
there in the tunnel, using my flashlight to give me any answer. I crawled forward a little bit,
Yeah.
and then my flashlight picked up something.
What?
Squatting in the tunnel, maybe 15 feet away
A
from
person?
me, was a person.
Oh my
He
god.
looked old and decrepit. I shouted, but didn't move. The person just stared back at me with
Oh,
vacant
God.
eyes and this unsettling, half-opened look. He had no shirt on and was extremely skinny. I
Ew.
could basically see his ribs.
Oh
I
god.
asked if they were okay, and they
Why?
didn't move. As I tried to crawl backwards,
You cannot
the
be
person
that good of a
literally lunged
person.
toward me in that squatting
Oh, God.
position. He was making this unnaturally weird noise. Trying to crawl backwards
Was
while
it
staring at
wind?
this person was the worst experience of my entire life.
Oh,
My friends
God.
were confused until I finally cleared the tunnel,
Did
and
they
I saw
see
this
him?
person crawl out after me.
Oh god.
As he took a step out of the tunnel, he tried to grab me like some feral human being.
Yeah?
He sprinted to the stairs and never looked back.
God, that's
As we
horrifying.
got to the top of the stairs and closed the door, we could hear the person in the basement, but they stopped chasing us as we got upstairs. We ran out of the school and back to my place.
It turns out
We
that
couldn't
is
explain what we
Steven.
saw. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure this wasn't an undead evil
Yeah,
spirit.
no.
But that doesn't mean I can explain it.
I mean,
The best answer I could come up with
Homeless?
is that the tunnel must empty out somewhere. Maybe a sewer of some kind, and this homeless person or crackhead must live on the
Yeah.
streets. Or at least they used to, until they found the shelter under the school.
yeah.
That was my logical answer then,
Yeah.
and I still stand by that to this day. The one thing I can't get past is
What?
the eyes.
Yeah?
This person had eyes I had never seen before.
What,
I
red?
haven't seen them since. The school shut down several years
Well,
ago.
you can't just tell me that you've never seen anybody's eyes like that before, and then not give me any description of what the eyes were like. Were they red? Did they look deep? Did they look hollow? Did they look mad? What kind of eyes were they? Tell me what kind of eyes this man had.
When it did, I thought about that night and wondered if the tunnel was still there.
I mean, it has
By
to be,
some
I
chance,
think.
this was some sort of ghostly figure.
No.
I just hope that tearing down the school helped him find peace.
I mean, it probably didn't help him not have a home. Have a home. That really played good. Did you ever, like, tell people you did that? Because the whole reason you did this was to prove that, like, Steve was a liar. Although, now that I think about it, if he did hear that voice, then he probably wasn't a liar. But, like, what happened to Steven? God damn it, he was like a main player, I think, in that story, maybe. Okay, well, story number 2 is Yotis. Mike Yotis.
As great as the end of the school year is, there's nothing better than the parties that follow the end of the semester.
I'm
After high
probably not
school,
that
all my friends went to colleges that were all over my home state and beyond, myself
Oh, wow.
included.
Okay.
My college was 8 hours from where I grew up.
Damn.
And 2 states away.
Oh my
I
god.
couldn't wait to get home after finals so I could see my friends again, and more importantly, party it up. We had already planned this huge party at my friend Logan's house. His parents had this mansion in the middle of nowhere with a pool, a huge backyard with a bonfire, and tons of places to crash.
Incredible.
It was an ideal location
Where's
for a
my
party,
rich friend?
especially because his parents were going out of town the first weekend that we were all going to be home. It was like the stars were aligning for all of us degenerates.
Yeah,
Before the party
degenerate.
started, I met up with Logan and a few other friends. We went to the mall, grabbed some food, and shared stories about our college experiences so
Yeah?
far. A more accurate way to put that is
What?
we shared stories about how the party scenes at our colleges were.
Damn.
Before the party, we talked about
You
ways to
guys
spice
are
things
not
up.
nerds.
How could we make this party more epic than it was already going to be? Logan suggested making it a costume party.
Cocaine.
It seemed like a weird idea for the end of May. But since we were away in college for Halloween, this would be our Halloween party.
Okay.
It didn't take much to convince us. We spread the word around and told people to come in costumes if they were able to on short notice.
Where
People
people
love
that
the
did
idea.
that talk
I posted something on Instagram about the party, so my college
Wow.
friends could see that I was just as much a degenerate at home as I was away. We
Okay.
found candy
Is
corn
that
at one of
good?
the local grocery stores, and that was the extent of our Halloween setup.
Okay.
We all threw together cheap costumes at the last minute and got ready for people to start showing up. I decided to take an old, cheap Jason
Somebody shows up in a 10 out of 10 Halloween costume. The decks show up in 10 out of 10 Halloween costumes when the hosts are wearing like really shitty homemade costumes. Can you imagine that?
hockey mask I had lying around in the basement and go as Casey Jones. People started shuffling in around 10 that night with drinks and makeshift costumes. The Purge was new around this time, so most of the girls were wearing a Purge-inspired costume.
Okay. That's
Before we
neat.
knew it, the party was out of hand.
I feel like that's when
Just like a
the
lot of
story
parties we threw
takes
in the
place
past,
now.
a lot more people showed up than we had invited. Since Logan's parents weren't home and we didn't really have to worry about neighbors, he didn't care and just kept letting people show up. I
Wow.
lost track of how many people were there.
Yeah,
Because
no,
of the
like that.
costumes, I really had no clue who was even there other than a few of my close friends.
God damn.
A few hours into the party,
Why?
I was acting a fool on the back deck, telling drunken stories.
Oh my god.
I looked up at one point and
What?
noticed a girl with one of those cool masquerade ball masks on inside the house.
Yeah? You
It
like
looked like she
her?
was staring right at me through the sliding glass door.
A bit
I
sleepy.
waved and she waved back.
Aw.
She was standing alone, drinking something out of a red cup. I asked the people on
A
the
red
deck if they knew
Soyo
who she
cup?
was, and nobody had any idea.
He's fine.
I went inside to talk to her, but as I got closer, she walked away into the house. By the time I
Okay.
got inside, she was gone.
Huh.
I looked around quickly, but I didn't see her. I
That's
wasn't sure if she was trying to
worrisome.
play some type of game, but I didn't want to be creepy in case she wasn't, so I went back outside.
Okay.
Some time had passed, and I hadn't seen the girl. Every few minutes, I would scan the area and look for her, but I didn't see her. It was a few hours later before I saw her again.
Okay.
I
What was
jumped
she
into
doing?
the pool with my mask still on.
What?
While I was swimming, I looked up and saw her walking towards the back of the yard by herself. Logan didn't have a fence. It was a
Always
huge yard
a
with a
yellow
tree
one.
line in the back that emptied into a small forest.
Oh.
She was heading
This
for the
house
trees.
is really
I shouted
unguarded.
for her a few times, and it seemed like she couldn't hear me. It didn't help that I didn't know her name, so I was just...
I do not get the appeal of having like one of those massive parties where like you don't even know everybody who is at the party. Like I don't really get the like appeal of that because like I don't know, like isn't the point of a party to like have a bunch of people you know and like you talk to them and shit? Like what is the point of having like, a ton of people who you don't know there? Because one, this party is happening at your house. You were just giving a bunch of people free reign to your house and possibly to eat your food, to get your drinks, when you don't even know them. And like, unless you're planning on meeting new people, but like, you're just getting a bunch of random people. Not even plus ones, really. I don't know, I don't really get the appeal. If you guys want to let me know down below, do so.
yelling gibberish in her direction.
Oh my god.
When she got to the trees, she stopped.
And
She
turned
looked
around.
back at me and waved again.
Aw.
I jumped out of the pool. I looked around me to make sure she was waving at me and she clearly was.
Yeah.
Even though she was a good distance away from me, I could clearly see the bright gold mask. While I was waving at her, she gestured for me to follow her into the woods.
Oh.
I didn't even think twice about
God
it.
dang
I
it, you
sprinted to the
dumbass.
tree line. She was far enough away that by the time I got there, she wasn't standing there anymore. To give you an idea of just how far the pool was from the tree line, I could barely hear the loud music from standing next to the trees.
Oh.
While standing at the trees, I started saying things like hello and are you there?
Oh my god.
As I said before,
Why are you
I
doing
didn't
this?
want to creep her out by following her.
Yeah, you didn't even tell me how hot she was. If you said she was a 10 out of 10 babe, I would be like, okay, I get it. You did say you were a degenerate. But yeah, all you're telling me is like she had a really cool mask or whatever. I don't get why you want to talk to her so badly. Because she was looking at you that one time? No, I don't get it. I would be a bit creeped out the first time.
Even though she did gesture for me to do that. I was trying to look into the dark forest, but I couldn't see her. I was looking for the reflection of the moon off the gold mask. After a couple of minutes, I said that I was going to head back to the party because I was freezing.
Okay.
After I got out of the pool, I never put a shirt or pants on. So I was standing there shivering with nothing but a cheap plastic hockey mask and a bathing suit.
Haha.
I had gotten so excited to meet this girl, I just ran off without drying off. As I turned
Yeah?
around to head back to the party, I heard a voice. She said softly, "Don't go back yet. Come and find me first."
Oh.
That was all I needed to hear.
Yeah,
I
no,
turned
your
back around and
degeneracy
continued
has
looking through
been
the dark
validated.
I kept telling her I couldn't see her. I heard a branch snap to my left,
Oh.
but then her voice to my right.
Oh.
She
Oh,
said that
no.
she was just over here. She started acting flirtatiously. She
Oh.
said I looked cold and that she could warm me up.
Oh my
I
god.
know that's weak for sure, but it worked on me.
I mean, you're
I
drunk
started
and a
heading into the forest
degenerate.
towards her voice. A few feet in, I saw her gold mask on the ground. I picked it up.
Okay.
It really was a cool mask.
Yeah.
I walked a
I
little
just
further
said
into
that.
the woods. This little dance we were doing had me so invested, I had forgotten how cold it was in that moment.
Wow.
I finally saw
You were
her
really
standing a few
hooked.
feet away from me. It was dark, so I couldn't see her face. She had a white tank top on, black shorts, and her dark hair was down over her face.
Okay.
My smooth line to her was that I found her mask. She laughed and thanked
Okay.
me. She asked if I could bring it over. I
Yeah.
started walking towards her.
Oh, no.
She didn't move at all. She didn't even extend her arm to
Is
grab
this
the
a
mask.
is this a mannequin? Please don't let this be a mannequin. I will be horrified if it is.
As I got closer, I could see that her head was down a little bit,
Okay.
and her hair was still obstructing her face.
Oh god.
I started to extend my arms to hand her the mask, and told her that my name is Kip. That's when
Kip.
she said, "I know who you are." I
Okay.
finally recognized the voice, but I couldn't place it.
What?
It was familiar, but I just couldn't place it at
Is
that
this your
moment.
ex-girlfriend?
I thought it had to be a girl I went to high school with. When I was only inches away, she finally lifted her head up.
Oh god.
That's when I recognized her. It was a friend of a girl that I dated briefly in college. Remember, my college was 8 hours away. What the hell was
Yeah.
she doing here?
Okay.
She took a step back, and from my left, I heard the sound of branches
Oh
snapping
god.
again.
Is this her? Is this your
Before I could
ex-girlfriend?
react, my ex was heading toward me fast, holding a metal baseball bat.
Oh god.
She took a swing right for my head.
Oh
Fell
shit.
to the ground, and somehow she missed me. I heard her scream, and then she took another overhead swing with the bat.
Is
and
it
missed
really
again.
worth it?
I got up and ran. That's all I could do.
You might go to
Just kept
jail
running
for
all the way
this,
back to the
honey.
party, screaming that someone was in the woods. That put it down around the party.
Hey, Jason got murdered by... Jason almost got murdered by a girl with a baseball bat. Crazy shit happens at Halloween. But, what do you mean I put a downer on the party? No. What it did was it murdered the party. That's what happened to the party. They're in the party anymore. I'm hiding inside the house now. I don't care about all the other people. I'm hiding.
Immediately. I was cold and shaking with adrenaline.
Yeah.
Logan kicked everyone out except for a handful of people who were staying there that night, but
Good.
he refused to call the police. I
Why?
didn't want to get in trouble for having the party. I clearly couldn't drive, but I was terrified all night.
Okay.
I made sure Logan checked every lock in the house. I
Good.
watched out the back windows the entire night, but never saw anything that I could confirm was them. The tree line was so far away that I couldn't even tell if they were standing back there. As soon as the sun started to rise, I got in my car and left. I couldn't believe this girl traveled 8 hours to attack me.
Yeah.
Maybe even worse.
Murder? Yeah,
I didn't realize that I had such an effect on that girl. We only dated for a few weeks, and I ended things because she seemed a little unhinged.
Okay.
She constantly wanted to see my phone and my emails, which I hated.
Okay. Well, actually, she is
never
creepy.
refused. I would go back to my dorm after class, and she'd already be in my room asking why I was 2 minutes late.
Oh.
It was just too much, especially for something that was only a few weeks in.
Yeah.
Well, my harmless breakup must not have been that harmless after all. I spent the rest of that summer constantly looking over my shoulder.
Okay.
Every time I saw a girl who even remotely resembled her, I got in my car and left. I can say that she helped me mature, even if it was unintentional. I stopped drinking and even partying hard after that night.
Yeah, you stopped being a
degenerate?
degenerate?
After that summer, and I never saw her again.
Huh.
For a while, I tracked her on social media, but
Really?
eventually she got rid of that.
Now you're the
Be careful what
doctor.
you say to people. Sometimes what you say may seem harmless to you, but it can have profoundly different effects on other people. I can't imagine the thought process of driving that far and planning to cause harm like that. If she had made contact with the bat, I don't think I would be sitting here writing this story
Oh yeah, no,
today.
you would be dead, yeah. Yeah, here's what tipped me off to the fact that she was gonna murder you. Because she was not wearing a mask. Maybe if she was wearing a mask, then that would be different. Because here's a horrifying thing. If they aren't wearing a mask, that means that somehow they know that you aren't gonna report them. And the easiest way to know that fact is if you aren't alive to tell anybody. So, if she was wearing a mask, then it would be more okay, because dead men don't tell tales. Maybe she hopes I'm not a dead man. But, yeah. But I was gonna be oh, you were the bad guy because you broke up with her, but no, you, I much of a degenerate as you were, that girl should not have been, that, what is it, Trini? Yeah, she shouldn't have been reading your phone messages or being in your room before you even got there. That's creepy. But, yeah. I think I am gonna have to save the yacht story for next time. And I hope to see you guys in part 2. Bye!
Yeah, this must be my,